In a recent interview, Dababy expressed interest in rekindling with Megan Thee Stallion.
The type shit me and Meg was making before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come home, baby. You ain't gotta be making all that lame shit with none of these other niggas. We can come get it in. Or we cannot.
Y'all make beautiful music.
I know how to talk that shit.
For lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Y'all like Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. I went too far?
Nah.
Sorry.
Nah, you
that was accurate.
Do you?
Yeah, that was accurate.
Do you?
So I need to hear more Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. I need to hear more.
I'm open to it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So shout out to Meg.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Megan Thee Stallion and Dababy had a very public falling out in the midst of the Tory Lanez drama. The timeline of this drama is given by Capital Extra. The drama began just days after Dababy released Scat, his record with Tory Lanez, the man who at the time was accused of shooting Megan during a dispute. It's important to mention that Tory was found guilty of first-degree assault with a firearm, discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, and having a concealed firearm in a vehicle. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. At the time, the case was ongoing though, and Tory Lanez was taking weird jabs and leveraging misogynistic social media platforms against Megan. But Dababy and Megan's friction officially began once blogs got wind of a tweet Dababy retweeted, which made light of Tory Lanez shooting Megan. The tweet read, "I guess Dababy and Tory Lanez cool now, because they both shot somebody and don't have to do no jail time." Which one is funny because he's in jail now, but at the same time it's odd and a weird thing to find appropriate to retweet about one of your friends. It's one thing to do a record with someone that shot your friend. Not that I agree with that morally, it even sounds crazy just saying it, but it could be argued that business is business. It's another to actively poke fun at your friend in the midst of media drama and trauma. It just felt like senseless dogpiling on Dababy's end. However, Dababy later took to Twitter to deny that he retweeted the tweet and oddly blamed the Illuminati. Dababy wrote, "I don't know what type of Illuminati stuff Twitter got going on. I ain't retweeting nothing, but ball if I want to promo. I ain't retweet that silly stuff." Then once people started tagging me and I saw it and tried to delete it and undo the retweet, Twitter didn't let me. Honestly, I find the probability of an accidental retweet to be very unlikely. You have to click several buttons to retweet something. It's not like a favorite or a like, where it can be triggered by a tap. You basically have to go through a confirmation system to retweet something. But say he did actually accidentally retweet it, he could have left it at that. But I think his response following that really didn't reflect well and maybe gave the idea that he did harbor those feelings towards Megan. "Baby got enough problems of his own," he said. "I don't have no reason to inherit the next person's problems. Y'all chasing a story, y'all ain't gonna get it. I'm out people business while still successfully doing business." Megan Thee Stallion took to Twitter and wrote, "Support me in private and publicly do something different. These industry men are very strange. This situation ain't no damn beef, and I really wish people would stop downplaying it like it's some internet shit for likes and retweets." Dababy then responded, claiming that Megan had let folks get the best of her and told her to maintain her stance without feeling like he is against her. Megan then clapped back at Dababy by saying her stance hasn't changed by throwing his same argument back at him. She revealed that Dababy said that he wouldn't promote his collaboration with Tory because it wasn't a good business move. Baby responded by saying, "You ain't tweeting nothing I ain't tell him already. I told him that. Whoever cleared it, so what? Still ain't enough of my business for people to be feeling some type of way about my pretty chocolate self getting into that." So Dababy quite literally admitted that he wouldn't promote his track with Tory Lanez, but turned around and did it, and also did a video for it. While Dababy's career was also taking a nosedive, he resorted to using Megan for PR, and randomly brought up in one of his songs how he allegedly had sex with her. "You play with me? That stuff was childish. The day before she say that Tory Lanez shot her, I was effing on Megan Thee Stallion. Waited to say this stuff on my next album. Hit it the day before too, but I kept it playa. I ain't say nothing about it," he rapped. Doesn't that last line literally defeat the entire purpose of saying this? It's just so corny, like what was the point? Even if it is true, why is it relevant? His tone in the song felt like he was trying to take this stance of like conquering Megan. But she is one of the most sexual female rappers. It should not be surprising that she has sex, even if it's with one of her peers. But anyways, Dababy has his back in the corner, and now wants a piece of people who are more relevant. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've always felt that Dababy ruining his relationship with Megan Thee Stallion was stupid on all fronts. Him and Megan were a fan favorite item, they rose to prominence around the same time, they made multiple hits together, and they had creative chemistry. And honestly, hip hop culture hadn't had a work husband and work wife relationship like that in a while. I could have definitely seen them becoming like the equivalent to hip hop's Ariana and Abel. They just fed off of each other pretty well, and they had their thing that fans really loved, and he threw that all away for Tory Lanez, who he did not have the same musical relationship with. And for what? For a moment of controversy? Now he's in prison, and Dababy needs people in his corner. More than ever, he should try hitting Tory up for a feature. But even if Megan Thee Stallion and Dababy miraculously made up and collaborated one day again, I don't think the optics would be the same. Unless maybe they did a collab that lays down their issues on record. But even then, I think that is very, very far-fetched. Ultimately, Dababy made his bed, so he has to lay in it. He picked his side, so he has to stay there.